Hello, this is Dr. James Alegbeleye. Welcome to the channel called the Six Domains of Health. I am Dr. James Alegbeleye. I am the consultant and also the founder of the Six Domains of Health. Today's program is very interesting in expatiating on how and why you need an expert advice on health as well as on your well-being. As you know, my background in the last years, I've seen so many people asking for help, asking or looking for what should they do, what is the way out, what is the way forward. Many sometimes get frustrated because getting the right advice, the right information is so crucial in life because we do not know everything in life. So the objective of today's presentation will include showing you the need, why you need expert advice on health and well-being because of the increasing prevalence of chronic health illness and harmful practices to your health, and then knowing that prevention is better than cure, as well as acquiring the right health knowledge because knowledge is power, and then how do you improve your wellness skill in this current climate. So let's start. The first thing is increasing prevalence of chronic disease. It's already known worldwide from statistics that we're getting from WHO, from UK, for example, Office of National Statistics. What do we know? We know that the number of non-communicable diseases, for example, in 2021, about 43 million people died from that, which is the equivalent of 75% of non-pandemic related deaths globally. In 2021, we knew that 18 million people died from non-communicable disease at average age of 70, as a result of this causing premature death. And then the prevalence and the cost of chronic disease continue to increase or rise up yearly, and then putting excessive pressure on the national healthcare budget, not just only in the United Kingdom, but we've seen that in US, and we've also seen that in Europe. And in the next 10 years, the pressure is going to increase, and we continue to do the same way we are doing now, we may end up getting the same result. And if we think also that AI is going to solve the healthcare problems alone, we might not be making the right choices. And if we believe that technology alone will solve the current healthcare crisis, I think we might be making a wrong assumption. So, and then what then do we know? We do know about the concept of multi-morbidity. For example, comorbidity can be defined as anyone having more than one chronic health illness within a certain period of time. We do know that people are having increased intake of fat, then the management of patients with multi-morbidity has become a challenge for healthcare systems, as most individuals with long-term conditions are living with multiple long-term conditions. Then the management of patients with multi-morbidity is a formidable challenge, not just only, as I said, in the UK, but in Europe, in America, and even in the developing countries. So one of those challenges that you might see or that people around you are encountering is mental health issues, which is on the rise. An estimated 1 in 6 adults have experienced a common mental health disorders. And we're also even seeing that there is advocacy from various primary and secondary schools, for example in the UK, that we're seeing more children who are exhibiting or showing symptoms of mental health illness. So mental health problems are complex and often arise from a combination of biological, psychological, and social factors, and including genetic, traumatic experiences, stress, and environmental conditions. But however, I believe that we have not really mentioned the role of spirituality in the mental health crisis in this case. So as I said, prevention is better than cure, and knowledge is power. So when you have the right knowledge, then you have the power. So knowledge of health is so important for people in our society today. And also we've seen people who are not having the right skills in knowing what to do and what to prevent illness ourselves. We are more or less talking about self-management, but if we do not empower people to do this, we might be heading into more and more challenges every day. So it's important to seek help. For example, when it comes to expert health, there are many coaches, but if you're only employing a coach who is giving you nutrition, I'll probably say you are talking about 2% of what you need to know within the 6 domains of health. And if you're talking about exercise, you're probably talking about 5% of what you need to do when it relates to your well-being. So, and seeking the right health advisors is so important. Seeking the help of your family doctor is so important. But the responsibility to maintain a very good health and as well as well-being relies on you. So you got to take the right approach. You got to take the right steps. You got to wake up from fully depending on hospital to try and cure your disease, whereas many diseases are currently incurable. So let's look at what I call the holistic approach to health. So you have to understand that though we appear as physical body, science has really gone into depth to try and give us a more in-depth understanding of our physical and physiological processes. But in reality, we exist as a tripartite man. We exist as body, soul, and spirit. So, but how do you divide this is impossible, because that's the concept of nature. So, and also when you look at the triangle or triangulation of this health transformation program, you have your current health program, the healthy lifestyles, and being embraced with health technology. Now we have different apps, we have different technology devices, and then, but ignoring the spirituality of health may also be very, very making all your effort very frustrating. Because I learned this in a very hard way, that without you embracing the right knowledge when it comes to spirituality of health, all your effort might become very effortless. So as I said, getting the right expert advice in wellness is important, and then the crucial aspect of today's living. This is where we come in to provide you with a comprehensive health and wellness education and coaching program that will enable you to empower you to be able to know and understand the interconnection between what we call the tripartite man. So this is why we've come up with the concept of the 6 domains of health, because I found that in many of my experiences, I've seen people crying, seeking for help, or shouting that what else have I not done? But here, if you are only doing the current lifestyle practices, you're only focusing on physical domains of health, whereas you have ignored or you are not taking into account the other domains of health. I hope you are following me. So, for example, in the physical health, we talk about achieving and maintaining a fit and functional physical body. Then in mental health, we talk about how do you really manage your mind? How do you manage, when you talk about emotional health, how do you manage your emotion? We know that, okay, there is emotional intelligence, but emotional health goes beyond that. So when we talk about social health, we do have social support. You need to understand the concept of social determinant of health, which is very important for our population. In terms of family health, have you ever seen somebody when their family breakdown or the wife they go undergoing divorce? That is the beginning of various lifestyle challenges, and that is the reason why, as man, you need to understand the importance of family health. Not to even talk about spiritual health, because your human spirit is as real as your physical body, and it's like the controller of your body when it comes to the nature, as nature concerned. So we have a lot to talk about. We cannot give you all the information. What I've done is that, knowing that this is a problem that we're seeing among people, so I've now created an online course to try and understand the basic foundation of this concept, to try and see how those domains interconnected together. And I want you to go to our website or go to Udemy or Teachable and find the course under the 6 domains of health. Or perhaps you can go to our website as www.6dofhealth.com, or you can go to our sales page, which is www.6dofhealth.net. And I hope that you will find it very useful and explanatory, how some of those elements that you need to understand and you need to embrace and you need to learn how to put them into practice for them to become very useful for you. Or you can even touch base with us to inquire about our new health literacy program on health and well-being, or you can also get your health coaching through our partners. Then you can also email us at admin@6dofhealth.com. Thank you for joining today's program, and I hope to see you very soon. And I see you again on this same channel next week. And wishing you the best of Easter period, and see you again very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.